Jenna H, and I was just going to come talk to you guys a little bit today about my services at the Regen room with Dr. Wah. So I came there because I heard about Dr. Wah's impeccable services, just the way that he really brings himself about and the services that he will do and he won't do, just because of his knowledge. He's not going to do anything that he is not comfortable doing in the course of your healing, anything like that. So I really felt that that was an important part once I really kind of started talking to him about the things that he wanted to do and what he felt comfortable doing and the processes. So I decided to make an appointment, go in, see Dr. Wah, and that's a decision that I've made. So I went to the Regen room for a couple things. The biggest one for me right now is my L5S1 is really deteriorating just due simply to my genetics. So Dr. Wah came in, really took an ultrasound to my back, made sure and looked over my MRIs, my x-rays, all those things to really see how that has been progressing over the years. I've tried numerous things. I've tried physical therapy. I've tried all sorts of different, techniques for different things. I've done the steroid epidural injections. That did not seem to work, so that's how I've come around about to the Regen room. So when I met him, he really went through and thoroughly looked at everything and came up with a really good plan of a course of action that we should take, something that he would feel comfortable with, and really walked me through the whole process. So I knew that once he walked me through all of it, I was very comfortable with what processes he was going to use, and then really pinpointing. So he didn't beat around the bush and just do what, everybody else does and kind of just start with this here, and then we're going to move there and do this. He just cut to the chase and was like, this is our course of action. This is what we should do. This is the process that's best. So we started with the A2M. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got my first round of A2M. I got it in my L3, L4, the facet joints, my L4, L5, and my L5S1. The main point of the problem is my L5S1 disc has pretty much degenerated. It's rubbing bone on bone. So with doing that, he explained to me that we're going to try and space out those facet joints that will really help regenerate that room in my L5S1. So he did the A2M on all 6 of those facet joints on both sides, so 3 on each side. And then he used the remainder on something that I've had a problem with my shoulder. So I had back November 2017, I had a 90% labrum tear. I got that repaired, and it's just still something that's bothered me. It's the movements, all those things. So he went ahead and did an ultrasound and looked in there, found a small tear in my rotator cuff, so he injected some of the A2M that we had left over into my shoulder. So the first things that I started noticing in going through the recovery process, so about 3 to 4 days later, that's when the sharp pains in my shoulder really started to cut down. So that's the first thing I noticed. It's like, oh, I can sleep on my shoulder and it's not getting this crazy pain that I'm so used to having my whole life. Not my whole life, but definitely the past 4 years that I've been dealing with all these things in my shoulder. So that's the first thing that I noticed. Now I'm about 3.5 weeks post everything in my back, and now I'm starting to really tell the difference. Tell you one thing, I just got done last weekend in New York, and I walked about 45 miles in New York City in regular boots, not walking boots, not comfortable shoes, and I was actually able to make it through that. So for me to say that, since I've been struggling with my L5S1 progressively getting worse over the years, since I was about 13, that's really just taken a toll on me. Some days I'll get out of bed and I can't do my day-to-day activities. So he, did that, and then I am going back on March 12th for my follow-up appointment. And the plan is, just to see where that's going, see how the A2M is working in there. He'll check all of those things out, and then potentially getting the PRFM. So really getting all of those exosomes in there, the molecular cells, regenerating my tissue by itself without having to do the surgery. All in all, my ultimate goal would be, just get to a point where it's, good enough so where I'm not feeling like, oh, I'm going to have surgery, all those things. So along with Dr. Wah's plans, the team, everybody there, everything's going really well, and I'll keep you guys updated, and I am very excited to continue working with Dr. Wah. Thank you guys.